Let each person examine his own work, and then he can take pride in himself alone and not compare himself with someone else. For each person will have to carry his own load. Now, in this first section of Galatians chapter 6, we find a couple really key things. The first thing that he says here is if someone is overtaken in wrongdoing, if someone has found themselves outside of God's will, those of you who are spiritual, those of you who are closely following Jesus, those of you that are listening to the Holy Spirit in your life, you need to come alongside them and you need to restore them. But you need to understand that in the process of doing that, you are going to put yourself in a difficult place. Sometimes that difficult place is because you end up being exposed to the same temptations they are tempted by. Sometimes it's because it can become combative. It can become confrontational. And most of us, when we are in confrontational situations, we struggle with the flesh to respond in wrong ways, in negative ways. He says, so watch yourself so that you won't be tempted. And then he says this, he says, carry one another's burdens. Now this is something that a lot of us are actually really, really good at. Boy, somebody in your life has suffered loss. You come alongside them. You walk with them. You care for them. We used to have a joke when I was growing up. Said you knew how difficult a time somebody was having based on how many casseroles had been dropped off at their house. Why? Because the people in that community, the people in that place, one of the ways that they would help one another carry each other's burdens and show love for one another is that, man, you're going through a tough time. I want you to have to worry about cooking or doing stuff, and they just bring and they drop them off. Just to help take a little bit of the burden off of their life. But that's not the only kind of burden. It's not just these burdens from the outside, but it's burdens from the inside. Somebody is struggling with doubt, frustration. We're to come alongside them and help them carry that burden. Somebody's dealing with addiction, when somebody's dealing with even problems that they themselves have created for themselves. Those who are spiritual are to come alongside and carry burdens along with them. And this is why. Because it says then in verse 3, for if anyone considers himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. What he's saying here is, look, if you think that you're never going to find yourself in the kind of situation that person's in, you are fooling yourself. It may not be the exact same burden. It may not be the exact same struggle. It may not be the exact same mistake or failure, but I want you to know everyone is going to have a burden to have to carry. And one of the reasons that we help carry other people's burdens is because we ourselves are carrying burdens that we need people to come alongside ourselves, to have people come alongside us to help us carry that. But then what happens is that we often do something incredibly human. We begin to pat ourselves on the back for helping people carry their burden. It's funny. It's funny how that happens. You know, the worst call that anybody can get ever, well, outside of like losing a loved one, I'm going to put this one up there really close, okay? The worst call you can get is, hey, will you help me move on Saturday? I'm telling you, that is a horrible, horrible phone call to get. It is no fun. I've had to make that call a lot of times to people, and I know what I'm asking of them. It's not good. You're going to carry boxes, and you're going to pack boxes, and you're going to try to shove stuff in some sort of weird Tetris game into the back of a U-Haul truck to get from one place to another. It's not fun. And what almost always happens is that you'll have a couple, and guys, we're worse at this than ladies are, let's just be honest, right? Because somehow our ego gets attached to what we can or can't do. And so, I remember helping somebody move a piano. Once again, not a fun thing to do, right? And so I was at one end of the piano, lifting, and the person that went to get at the other end of the piano. Now we had some people who would come along on the sides and help carry the burden, but the people on the ends were going to carry the vast majority of the weight. And the person that went to get on the other end is somebody who does not have a single solid vertebra in their back. Literally, I've seen the x-rays. Chipped, cracked, broken, all sorts of stuff. But in his mind, he's big, he's strong, he can carry that. And so he wanted to be the one on the end to carry it. The truth is that we can't all carry the same thing. We can't all do the same work. And what we find here is that God doesn't even ask us to all do the same thing. It says, let each person examine his own work, and then he can take pride in himself alone and not compare himself with someone else. For each person will have to carry his own load. Now, I am one of those people that sometimes I have to see it, okay? So if you'll bear with me this morning, I'd like to help us see physically what this means spiritually, okay? So what I need, if I could, is I need, pound for pound, the strongest guy in the room. Yep, you. Okay, come on up, all right? I said pound for pound, right? Okay? That's how it works. Caden, how you doing today, buddy? Awesome. Thank you so much for helping me out. I did ask Caden first if he would help me out, okay? And he was gracious to do that, which is awesome. 2 more of you are going to end up here. I did not ask you first, all right? So just get ready. It's going to happen. All right, Caden, here's what I have. I have a weight, okay? This weight is 2.5 pounds, all right? What I would like for you to do, if you would, please, I'd like for you to put your hands way out in front of you like that, all right? Do you think if I put this weight in your hands, you're going to be able to hold it? Yeah. What if I drop it from way up here and make you catch it and hold it? No, okay, all right. So we won't do that, all right? Okay, so can you hold that for me? You got it? Does it feel heavy? Yeah. It does? If I tickle right there, does that make it worse or does that make it better? Am I helping you carry the burden if I do that? No, I'm not. All right, so put it down for a second. Hold it, but put it down so it's not as hard, all right? Okay, so now here's what I need. I need a couple more helpers if I could get it. Oh, it's so nice of you two to sit right over there. Gator and Cooper, do you guys mind helping me out? Come on up here if you would. Caleb, would you grab that over there for me, please? Oh, you guys are so awesome. You know, I mean, if you can't count on the Air Force, who can you count on, right? So thank you, gentlemen, for coming here. Cooper, if you don't mind coming right over there. Gator, I'm going to want you standing right here in the middle, if you would, please, all right? Okay, so what we have here, this is 10 pounds, okay? So 2.5 pounds. If my math teacher did his job, this is 4 times the weight that is, right? Now this is 25 pounds. If my math teacher taught me well, that's 10 times what that is, correct? Are we all on the same page? All right, gentlemen, if y'all put your hands out in front of you, please. All right? You got those? All the way out there, man, all the way out there. Now, here's what happens. All three of them are being asked to carry a weight. Now, it'd be real easy for Cooper to look at Gator and say, why does Gator get the easier weight? Like, he's older than me, he's more experienced, he retired at a higher rank, all that kind of good stuff, right? So why in the world does he get the easier one? It'd be real easy for Caden to be here and go, you know what? I can't carry what the other guys can carry. Why should I even do it?
Get to the point.
It'd be real easy for Gator to sit here and go, but you know what? I'm older and I shouldn't have to carry this thing at all because the younger people should be doing it. Guys, thank you. You can set those down.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, man. Now, here's why I say that. Here's why I'm making it. Guys, you can all go down. Thank you so much. This is what happens in our spiritual walk. We have younger people that are just learning how to do the work that God is calling them to do. And sometimes what we do is we look at them and say, well, they can't carry enough to make a difference, so we'll just have somebody else do it. But the problem in doing that is that they're not being trained in what's to come next. There are some people that are big and strong and they're growing in their maturity and they can do so much, just like Cooper could when did you notice, he was not struggling with that at all. He could have done it with one hand. It makes me sick. Come on, right? He can do that. And what he could have said is, well, you know what, it'd just be easier. I could have carried all three of them. Just let me do that, then they don't have to worry about it. Could be that Gator says, you know what, I don't like the fact that I didn't get picked for the big one, because I used to be the strong, younger guy that gets picked for the big one. So now I'm kind of in a snit that I didn't get picked for that. Or it may be, you know what, I shouldn't be up here at all. It's time for the younger people to come up and do it, because I've done my time and I've done my thing. Here we have three people. Sometimes what happens is that young one looks up here at the others who are carrying and says, man, I can't carry that yet, but man, I'm going to. But if we're not here helping carry the load, see, here's the incredible thing. If Gator had said, because I can't carry that, I don't need to carry any of it, then instead of being able to lift 37.5 pounds and carry that burden, we'd only carry 27.5. Even if Caden had been up here and Caden said, Dosh, I can't carry what the big guys can. Does 2.5 pounds even matter? And if he drops it and he sets it down, we're not able to bear the burden that collectively God designed us to be able to bear. So why is it that here in this passage, it says, let each person examine his own work, and then he can take pride in himself alone and not compare himself with someone else, for each person will have to carry his own load. See, Gator's job in this exercise was not to carry 25 pounds. Caden's job was not to carry 10 pounds or 25 pounds. They each were given a specific task of what I needed them to do. And if Caden just worries about comparing himself to Gator or Cooper, then guess what? It's not going to work. If Cooper compares himself to the others and goes, man, look how awesome I am because of all I can carry. But what if I really needed him to carry 50 pounds? And he's like, well, I'm already carrying 25. That's more than those guys are. I shouldn't have to carry 50. See, God has designed each one of us differently. God has designed us with different strengths, abilities, talents, and He has called us together as a church so that collectively we can do so much more than we ever could individually. Because one of the cool things about doing it collectively, and we didn't have enough time this morning, but what's really interesting is I've seen this played out where you'll put a group of people together and you'll have them do that, and they'll stand there together holding weight out, and you'll put another group of people together over here carrying the exact same weights. And this group is not allowed to talk to one another, and this group is. Do you know almost always the group that can talk to one another will carry the weight longer? Because they start encouraging one another. Hey, don't drop it, man. We got to beat them. Hey, we can hold it longer than them. Hey, man, just hold on a little bit longer. You got this, man. You got this. It's no problem. You can do this. Because when we carry the burden that God has called us to carry, but we do it within the supportive, encouraging environment of the local church, all of a sudden we are able to do more collectively than we could individually.